Hello fellow travellers. Hi, it's Dave from Byron Bay in Australia, and in April and May 2024 my wife Miranda and I travelled to Japan and had an amazing time, and I'm sure you will too once you go there. In this video we're going to talk about basically arriving in Tokyo, but further on from that I've produced 5 more videos showing all these 5 areas of Japan that we were fortunate to travel to, and we chose to hire a car in each of these destinations, and it was a wonderful trip. So I hope you'll come back and look at my future videos, which basically talks about those 5 individual destinations. But of course we had to start in Tokyo. We flew into Haneda, moved into our accommodation, had 2 nights, and this little video is just about our first 2 days in Tokyo before we jumped on the Shinkansen and headed to Kyoto and on to Nara, which was our first major destination. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and thanks for joining me.
Arrival in Tokyo. We chose Haneda Airport because it is much closer to Tokyo, and it has a convenient monorail, which takes you directly to the nearby suburb of Hamamatsucho. By chance, we stayed right next door to a cafe from where we live in Australia, and the coffee was superb. With not much else to do in Hamamatsucho, we walked 3 kilometers to Tokyo Castle Gardens, which covers several city blocks. Also, if you get bored in Hamamatsucho, there is another picturesque garden just east of the train station, and, if it's cherry blossom season, there's some great photo opportunities here too. In central Hamamatsucho, there is a small garden, and it was one of the most beautiful gardens we saw in Japan. By chance, we just caught the last of the cherry blossoms. Purchasing the Suica card. The red Welcome Suica is just one option of plastic card you load with cash, then use it to pay for train tickets, food, or just about anything in Japan. This specific Welcome Suica lasts only 30 days, so keep this in mind. Make sure you spend all the credit you put on them, as any balance is not refundable. Once your money is loaded to the card, you can tap and go at the train turnstiles. Instead of purchasing individual tickets every time, Suica cards are so user-friendly for local trains, which cost $2 to $10 for a short trip. Purchasing train tickets. Even after watching several videos, we were so nervous about buying our Shinkansen tickets, so on day 2 in Japan we took the local train to Shinagawa, just to get a feel for the station. We used our Travelex card to pay for our Shinkansen tickets to Kyoto, then with a sigh of relief we wondered what all the fuss was about. It is important to note that when you buy a Shinkansen ticket, you also receive a receipt, which looks very similar to the actual ticket which you put through the turnstile. Don't lose this receipt, as the tickets themselves are small and colorless. A quick recap. From the time we landed at Haneda, the Suica cards came in really handy. We put 5,000 yen in cash on both cards. There's a regular monorail to Hamamatsucho, which cost around 500 yen. The local trains from Hama to Shinagawa were around 150 yen each way, and the one-way Shinkansen to Kyoto cost around $160 each.
Alright, so that was a quick summary of our arrival in Tokyo. Really easy. Haneda Airport, fantastic. Monorail into Hamamatsucho, directly to Hamamatsucho. Again, really convenient. Fairly cheap to stay, a couple of $100 Australian dollars a night. Right next to this beautiful garden in Hamamatsucho. Didn't even know it was there, but we discovered it and it was beautiful. And it was just at the end of cherry blossom season in early April when we arrived. Convenient to Shinagawa station, and of course the following day we pre-booked our tickets, our bullet train tickets, and jumped on the train in Shinagawa, headed to Kyoto, took a local train to Nara, stayed in Nara one night. We pre-booked our car rental on the internet back in Australia, and picked it up next day. Unfortunately, the gentleman didn't speak much English, but I had all the forms filled out, all the things that printed, all the things we needed to show for the rental, and it all went smoothly. And for 7 days we drove around the Kansai region and visited some beautiful coastal areas. The highlight was the Kamano Kado area, where so many people go for hiking. We had a beautiful walk, a beautiful coastal walk, which I'm featuring in our next video, which is Nara and beyond. It's a 1100 kilometre road trip, and it features all those areas that I featured on the map, leaving from Nara. So hopefully you'll tap into that next video and enjoy all the things we saw, and let's hope that it gives you some hints and tips about potentially designing your own road trip in Japan and in some of the areas we visited. So thanks for joining me today, and yeah, look for the next video, Nara and beyond. All the best. Bye for now.